Hello and welcome, Virgo. This is your 2026 Yang Fire Horse Mojo. The Yang Fire Horse year, all the magic and the symbols and the talismans and the colors and numbers and everything to show you what your lucky charms are. Also, and don't forget the mojo, the juju, how you can really make it work, the symbols and all that stuff. And also, how you fared in the Jade Emperor's Great Race and what Chinese animal you're associated with. Okay, we're going to get right into that in a few minutes here. We're going to give you some of the other things first, but we're going to tell you how you fared in the Jade Emperor's race and how you fit in Chinese astrology. Now, before we do that, Red Horse year, when does it start? Well, it hasn't started quite yet. It starts February 17th, 2026, lasting through until February 5th, 2027. Now, the Yang Fire Horse lucky charms, specifically for this year, this Yang Fire Horse year. Well, this is all the things that are specifically for a red horse, okay? Because there's 5 colors. And red fire horse comes once every 60 years. Red fire horse comes once every 60 years. So it's like starting over again. And it's a very interesting time. There's some people who tell stories about how people are afraid to have like girl babies born during this year because they're very energetic and fiery, but you know that maybe that's what they want. So some people want fiery women, some people don't. But anyway, there's a big story about that. A lot of people talk about that. So moving right along, but the last time it happened, I think there was an issue about it. Okay, now, so the Yang Fire Horse lucky charms, gemstones for this year are ruby for vigor, valor, success, potency, and a great amount of zeal. Now, there are 3 gemstones that are extremely auspicious for you. We have carnelian, citrine, and red jasper. These are 3 stones for connecting to strong verve and great dynamism. And amethyst, that beautiful violet purple stone, amethyst for fortification of persons and property, or to banish unhelpful frequencies. Also, in addition to amethyst, supporting the appearance of skin, hair, and nails is something else that also you can get from an amethyst. Okay, now the colors that are very lucky in this year are vermilion red, yellow, gold, and purple. That's why we had the amethyst, and indigo, because even black can be a good color, but indigo is a little more towards that purplish, so that's a little bit better because you want to get in more of the red tones. Okay, now avoid orange, avoid green, and do avoid even dark green in Red Fire Horse year. The numbers for this year are 1, 4, 5, 7, and 9. Avoid 2, 3, and 6 this year. Now, Western Astrology sign of Virgo corresponds to Chinese Zodiac Animal of Rooster. And Western Astrology sign of Gemini is in similitude with Chinese animal of horse. So you see how it works. Now, you might think that, like, for example, that a Leo would go with a tiger. No, Leo's monkey. Tiger's Aquarius. So it's the time of year. So understand that. So Virgo, you are rooster. You are rooster. And Gemini is horse. So just, you don't have to memorize all those, but we tell you in each one so you can watch them all and find out if you want to, just in case you want to. Okay, now Virgo, your lucky charms, we're going to tell you how you can fit your lucky charms into this year, plug it in, and what to use, what not to use, so that you can be you, Virgo, but also fit in well with this Yang Fire Horse year. And then we're going to give you your place in the Jade Emperor's race and how you did, and why your personality is the way it is, and why you have the friends you have, that kind of thing. So, Virgo lucky charms, gemstone, sapphire. Luckily, sapphires come in violet, not just blue. They come in violet, red, and black colors, which are all fortunate in Red Horse year. So your sapphires you can get lucky ones. So make sure you go out and get these really beautiful forms of sapphire this year. Violet is good for rich luxury. Red sapphires are called rubies, okay, and are powerful for Yang Fire Horse year. Very important. Black sapphires will ground and cool any overly temperamental energies. Keep in mind to avoid yellowish green hues of sapphire this year. The colors that you are lucky with are usually yellow green, and we just said to avoid that this year. Violet, red, and black are your lucky colors. Again, yellow, green, violet, red, and black are your lucky colors. So again, it's fortuitous that very, very fortunate that you can utilize violet for enjoyment, red for strength, and black to keep a cool head and a steady behavior in Red Horse year. Remember to avoid the yellow green this year. Not a year for that. So the numbers that you usually find to be very auspicious and fortunate are 3, 6, and 8 for you Virgo. Now this year avoid both 3 and 6 in Red Horse year while utilizing 4 or 8. Okay, that'll help you. Now Virgo, how did you do in the Jade Emperor's race? Well, Virgo's place in the Jade Emperor's zodiac race, Western Astrology sign of Virgo, corresponds with Chinese Zodiac Animals. What was it? Rooster, right. Rooster. Legend has it that the Jade Emperor held a race to place 12 animals on the Zodiac Wheel. Rooster came in 10th place in this race held by the Jade Emperor. Sheep, monkey, and rooster are 3 animals that work together during this race. Now, sheep is the same as Cancer the crab. Monkey is the same as Leo the lion. And rooster is the same as Virgo the Virgin. And in the regular Western astrology, it goes, the signs go in a row. It starts with Aries and Taurus and Gemini. Then it goes Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio. You see? It's the same. The ones you teamed up with, sheep, monkey, rooster, are the same of Cancer, Leo, and Virgo. And they're the ones that teamed up and became great friends for a lifetime. So this is how it went. This is how you worked together and why you came in 10th. Now, okay. Again, we had sheep, monkey, and rooster use a raft found by Rooster, Virgo, you found it, to ride on the river currents in order to finish the Jade Emperor's race for placement on the Chinese Zodiacal Astrological Wheel. Rooster and monkey were delighted to let sheep go before them to finish the race because they liked sheep's kindly personality. Okay? With these 3 animals, friendship was more important than rivalry, and so their collaboration gave them not first position. They shared a great gift of their alliance, finding great delight in working together. Okay? So they allowed the sheep to go first, and then monkey and rooster worked and went after. Rooster went ahead and went after even monkey, because it was sheep, monkey, rooster. So rooster sort of let everybody go first, because what is Virgo? Service to others. So Virgo just said, go ahead, you guys go first, And Virgo, service to others always. And that is how, you see, it's, and even in Chinese astrology, you are also under the sign of Mercury, yeah? And Leo's which is monkey, is under the sun, and Cancer the crab under the moon, which is like sheep. So you see, it's actually the same planetary aspects as well. And in astrology in China, the reason I mentioned it's the time of year that matters. And in China, they might have certain animals that do certain things that are important in certain times of year for them. In other cultures, it might be a different kind of animal. Maybe an animal they don't have, or an animal that does something important for their culture. So it's the time of year, and people notice the kind of things that happen at certain times of year. And that's how it's worked out. And Chinese astrology is very grounding. It's an earth-based system. It's based on the earth. Like Vedic astrology is based on an arbitrary point in space, because it's not really set up for the earth. It's set up for really what it's for is for space travel. I have a video about that, about which is more accurate, Vedic or Western astrology, tropical. Well, it's not that one's more accurate than the other. It's just that Western astrology is more linked like Chinese astrology. It's Earth-centric. It's Earth's, it's based on the Earth. Okay. And the Chinese astrology it's an arbitrary point in space. You can move that point in space that Vedic astrology is based on. You can move it because they had Vimana, they had spacecraft way long time ago. Okay? Way long time ago. Okay? Antediluvian, they had spacecraft with the Vimana. So they known about spacecraft forever in India. So as we study, as we go now into space and we go to Mars and we go to, all the outer planets and Saturn and we've already on the moon, we can move that around to wherever we go to then understand the astrology. And that's how it works. It's meant for space travel. Okay, with that in mind, we'll see you again and stay tuned for next installment. We'll see you soon. Take care.